Hello everybody, it's Danny from Deep South Homestead back over at the off-grid cabin. Guys, I've spent the last couple of weeks preparing for winter. All indications is this is going to be a really cold one. So I've got lots of wood cut over there in blocks underneath my shed, ready to split. We've been waiting on this rack to come in. I only ordered one because I wanted to see how it actually done. This is a 12-foot long by 4 foot high. It's supposed to hold 3/4 of a cord of wood. I'm going to be busting the wood up, bringing it over here, stacking it on this rack. And if it looks like it's going to work out all right and be sturdy enough, I may order another one. But the issue I'm having is this one's supposed to have come with a cover, and we did not get a cover with it. So I will be contacting Shelter Logic to see if I can find out why we didn't get a cover with it when we paid for it. If we can't get a cover, then I'll probably order from a different company, because lots of companies handle this rack system here. So we'll see how Shelter Logic does about making their product good. But if it looks like it's going to hold up, guys, I want to try to get at least 2 or 3 of them over here, because that will help us to be able to keep our wood up off the ground. Now, we put down our ground cover like we use in the garden underneath it here. Water can pass through it, but weeds can't come up from the bottom. And I've got the rack sitting up on some paver stones here to try to see how that's going to work out. And we're going to just give it a try, see how it goes, guys. We're trying to do all we can to get ready for this winter and the cold that's supposed to be coming. Doing all that we can to get ready while we can, and hoping that the wood has time to dry. The wood was cut over a year ago, but it has rained so much here that the wood is just waterlogged right now, and we're cutting it up, getting it busted as fast as we can. Normally this time of year our wood is so dry it ain't even funny, it just pops right open. But this year it's a different story. So stay with us, guys, and see if we can figure out if this wood's going to get dry enough for this winter. Well, here at our firewood shed, guys, we are got all of our blocks of wood here now. We're about, I probably got 5 more logs to go, and I'll have all of them cut up. But we're cutting them up in 8 and 10 foot lengths, and we're taking the forks of the tractor, bringing them around here. And when I get here with the tractor, I saw them up in firewood lengths and stand them up on their ends where they'll go ahead and be drying out pretty quick. But this is a pile of wood. Most of these are around 20 to 24 inches in diameter. So we've got all this to bust in the next week and try to get stacked on our racks. And when we get those racks full over there, guys, we're going to move the lawnmowers over here, and we're going to start stacking firewood behind here. Guys, this is what I'm using to split my firewood with. I have a Champion 27-ton firewood splitter here. I've had this thing for several years now. It has served me well. It busts wood with no problem whatsoever. I get good mileage out of the motor that's on it. It's a fantastic system here. It may fail me tomorrow, I don't know, but if it does, it has been good for several years. Don't leak no oil, nothing like that. Does a fantastic job. Now, it can stand up or lay down. Me with my back being able to lift stuff, it's a whole lot easier for me to put a piece of wood here and just sit down and roll the wood right here and just split it, throw it out to the sides, and then I'll come back and take my bucket on my tractor and clean all this mess up, and we'll go dump it in a hole to compost. But let me show you what we've been doing. Well, this shed is completely full. I have 4 racks of wood all the way to the back of the building back in there, all the way up to 8 feet high up here, all split and drying. We're about halfway through our firewood splitting now for the winter. Hopefully, I'm actually hoping we have a little extra left over for next year, so that we don't have to, bust quite as much next year, because we used everything we had this year and some more. So this year we're trying to ramp it up a little bit, being it's supposed to be even colder this year, and try to see if we can't bust up extra wood this year more than what we had last year, because on our property here we have the trees, and there are always trees falling and stuff to this nature. Our neighbors gave us a bunch of trees. When theirs breaks off on their property, they let us have them, and we're always appreciative of that. So guys, alternate heat source is where it's going to be at for the future. So make sure you have a way to stay warm in these unusual weather patterns that's coming in the winter months ahead. Thank you guys from Deep South Homestead. Alright guys, this is 3 loads in the bucket. We've probably got about 8 more to go to fill this one up. And then we're going to probably do 2 or 3 more racks. So it's going to be a chore. But we got to get it done and have enough firewood to last through the winter.